Congratulations, Ike. What won this fight for you?
God first. In fact, I told you what has been hidden from the wise and the prudent have been revealed to the babes and the sucklings. I did not come to fight. I did not come to fight flesh and blood here, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places. Thank you.
You said that you were a secret about to be discovered. How hard was it to be discovered tonight?
Well, you know, I didn't care because my promoter said the Kushner, he knows what he was doing. I think he was trying to keep me a secret, but I think after today I'm no more a secret.
Were you concerned that you had fought lesser opponents than Tua up to now?
I mean, it depends on what Cedric puts there in front. If Cedric puts Evander, my brother in Christ, if he puts him before me, I will take it. I will take it up. If he puts Tyson, I will take it to him. I'm not scared. God said, "Don't fear no one."
Just as common. How far can Ike go?
I think he can go all the way. He's a young fighter. He's a full fighter now. He can do it all. He can box. He's a slug. He got ring generalship. He's a smart man. He can do it all.
Ike Ibeabuchi, they gonna be effective?
I mean, in the heavyweight division, if you could punch, I mean, you could be effective. You never know, man. I mean, he's been locked up. He's been locked up for a long time, though, man. And that time out the ring, you know, it just depends on how they move him. I mean, you know, he was a puncher. He was an aggressive guy. He might be even more aggressive being locked up all that time.
Yeah, man.
You know, so he did some time. So he's locked up.
3 years old.
Yeah, man. I was like 6. I'm 24 now, but yeah.
In the 1990s, a titan emerged in the boxing world, Ike Ibeabuchi, known for his formidable physique, speed, and power. Dominating the ring, he toppled world champions and Olympic medalists, swiftly climbing the ladder to international acclaim. With an unbroken record of 20 wins, 15 by knockout, Ibeabuchi struck fear in the hearts of potential opponents and earned the title, Boxing's Most Dangerous Man from the media. By 1997, comparisons with legends like Mike Tyson and George Foreman were rampant, with many seeing him as the next supreme ruler of the boxing world, a beacon of African talent in the sport. But this ascent to glory was stopped dead in its tracks. No, Ike Ibeabuchi isn't retired, nor has he left this world. Instead, he's been confined within the walls of US prisons for over 2 decades, his last professional boxing match dating back to 1999. This is the saga of the president and his prolonged incarceration, a journey through 6 US lockups. Join us as we unravel the enigma of Ike Ibeabuchi's life, the soaring highs, the devastating lows, and the lingering question: what could have been for this once celebrated champion of the ring? Ike Ibeabuchi was born on February 2, 1973, in Iswochi, Nigeria, and experienced a challenging early life, having been exposed to poverty, crime, and hopelessness. Amidst this turmoil, he found inspiration in boxing after witnessing the Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson fight on TV in 1990. Initially considering a career in the Nigerian military, Ike shifted his focus to boxing with dreams of becoming a heavyweight champion of the world. As an amateur, Ike demonstrated significant potential. He defeated Duncan Dokawari twice, a future Olympic bronze medalist for Nigeria at the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games. In pursuit of further opportunities, Ike, along with his mother, Patricia Ibeabuchi, moved to the United States in 1993 when he was 19 years old. Settling in Dallas, Texas, he continued to hone his boxing skills and quickly made a name for himself in the sport. In Dallas, he won the Dallas and Texas State Golden Gloves tournaments at heavyweight in 1994. Showcasing a glimpse of his gifted natural talent. His professional debut was marked by a second-round knockout of Ismael Garcia under the guidance of former world welterweight champion Curtis Cokes. From the very beginning of his professional career, Ibeabuchi's insane power was unmistakable. In 1995, he burst onto the scene with an impressive streak of 6 victories. He maintained his momentum into 1996, adding 5 more wins to his record. Remarkably, 10 of these 11 early triumphs were secured by knockout, showcasing the formidable strength that Ibeabuchi possessed right from the start. Ike's boxing career rapidly progressed, culminating in a significant match against the undefeated David the Terminator Tua in 1997 for the WBC International Heavyweight title. This fight was notable for setting a CompuStat heavyweight division record with 1,730 punches thrown, with Ike throwing 975 punches and averaging 81 per round. Ibeabuchi secured a unanimous 12-round decision over Tua, firmly establishing himself as a top contender for the heavyweight title. This victory marked him as a significant threat to the reigning division champions, Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. It was following his notable win over David Tua, however, that Ike Ibeabuchi began to show signs of mental instability, which would increasingly impact his life and career. He developed a unique yet strange persona, embracing his nickname, the President. This alter ego became a part of his identity, particularly during times of stress or confrontation. For instance, when he was uncooperative or hesitant to fulfill basic obligations, like attending a weigh-in, his team would appeal to the President, persuading him that fulfilling these duties was a noble act befitting his regal persona. Boxing promoter and former HBO sports executive Lou DiBella observed these changes in Ibeabuchi. He recounted instances where Ibeabuchi genuinely believed he was in fact a president, though not in a conventional political sense. This belief was not limited to being a president of a country. It seemed to extend to a more grandiose view of himself as a world leader. Numerous stories about Ibeabuchi's unpredictable behavior during this period have become legendary. One particularly striking incident occurred when he refused to fight, claiming that evil spirits were entering his hotel room through the air conditioner. In response, his promoter, Cedric Kushner, known for his practical approach, offered a simple yet deadpan solution to Ike's mother. "Ma'am, just turn off the air conditioning." This scenario was a stark example of how difficult Ike was to work and to deal with. In the months that followed, Ibeabuchi's behavior took a disturbing turn, demonstrating his escalating mental instability. In a shocking incident, he abducted the 15-year-old son of a former girlfriend and drove his car into a concrete pillar on Interstate 35 near Austin, Texas. The aftermath was severe. The boy sustained significant injuries from the crash, so much so that it was reported he would never be able to walk normally again. The legal system, in assessing the situation, deduced that Ibeabuchi's actions were an attempt at suicide. Consequently, he faced legal repercussions for his actions. After pleading guilty to false imprisonment, Ibeabuchi was sentenced to 120 days in jail and ordered to make a substantial civil settlement payment, amounting to $500,000. After the crash, Ike returned to the ring. After securing a pair of impressive knockout victories, a first-round KO over Tim Ray in July 1998, and a 9th-round stoppage against Everton Davis in September the same year, Ibeabuchi was lined up for a major challenge. He faced another unbeaten heavyweight, the 26-0 southpaw and future world champion Chris Bird, on March 20th, 1999. But in a twist typical of Ike Ibeabuchi's increasingly unpredictable nature, the fight with Chris Bird almost didn't materialize. In the lead-up, Ibeabuchi, nursing a cut from training, accused his sparring partner Ezra Sellers of deliberately injuring him using a wedding ring. The accusation escalated into a physical altercation, where Sellers and an assistant trainer who attempted to intervene reportedly sustained serious injuries, with Sellers allegedly needing reconstructive surgery on his ACL after Ibeabuchi attempted to break his leg. This incident was a stark example of Ibeabuchi's erratic behavior, especially significant as it occurred on a rare day he had actually shown up for sparring, amidst growing concerns about his mental health. As the fight date neared, Ibeabuchi's troubled state deepened. He became convinced that evil spirits were targeting him, leading him to refuse boarding his flight to Washington State for the bout. It took considerable persuasion to get him on another flight, which his trainer, Curtis Cokes, later remarked with a sense of weary resignation, was apparently free of these demons. Despite the chaos and the mounting challenges of his personal life, what unfolded in the ring was to be the zenith of Ike Ibeabuchi's career. Relentlessly stalking his opponent over several rounds and methodically targeting the body to wear him down, the President unleashed a devastating left hook in the 5th round that floored Bird. Despite Bird's resilience in getting up before the count was over, Ibeabuchi swiftly moved in to seal the deal. His emphatic victory cemented his status as the top contender for the unified title. In the ring after his triumphant victory, Ibeabuchi confidently proclaimed, "I'm ready now. I'm ready for the World Heavyweight Championship." His statement was met with widespread agreement from onlookers, a sea of nodding heads affirming his readiness. Few could argue otherwise. In fact, some spectators boldly predicted that Ibeabuchi would easily overpower the division's reigning champions of the time, Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. They believed it wouldn't even be a close contest, that all Ibeabuchi had to do was show up to claim the world title. However, the movie ending was not to be. As the troubling trajectory of his personal life continued, Ibeabuchi met further legal trouble in July 1999 while staying at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. He had called a local escort service, requesting a prostitute's presence in his room. The 21-year-old woman, who later claimed she was there only to perform a striptease, accused Ibeabuchi of raping her in the walk-in closet after a disagreement over payment. The situation escalated when Ibeabuchi locked himself in the bathroom, leading to police intervention where they used pepper spray to coax him out. This wasn't an isolated incident either. The Clark County District Attorney reopened a previous sexual assault allegation against Ibeabuchi from 8 months prior, which occurred at the Treasure Island Hotel and Casino. Following these charges, he was released on bail and placed under house arrest, which allowed him to continue training and fighting until his trial. However, his legal situation worsened with the emergence of 2 additional rape allegations from Arizona. The complexity of the case deepened when he was deemed mentally unfit to stand trial, resulting in his transfer to a state facility. Medical evaluations suggested he suffered from bipolar disorder, leading to a court order for forced medication. Nearly 2.5 years after his initial arrest, and following 8 months of treatment, Ibeabuchi was considered competent to enter a plea. Facing multiple charges, Ibeabuchi opted for an Alford plea, a unique plea where a defendant maintains innocence, but acknowledges the evidence might lead to a conviction. He received a sentence ranging from 2 to 10 years for battery with intent to commit a crime, and an additional 3 to 20 years for attempted sexual assault. These sentences were to be served consecutively, marking a significant turning point in his life, and indefinitely pausing his burgeoning boxing career. During his incarceration, Ike Ibeabuchi focused on furthering his education, demonstrating a commitment to personal growth despite his challenging circumstances. He successfully completed 3 associate degrees from Western Nevada Community College in General Studies, Business, and Management. Additionally, he pursued and earned a paralegal certificate through correspondence with the Blackstone Career Institute in Allentown, Pennsylvania. In a turn of legal events, Ibeabuchi's conviction in Las Vegas was overturned by the Nevada Supreme Court in 2007. This development brought hope of an imminent release. However, the complexities of the legal system came into play when the lower courts did not immediately adhere to the Supreme Court's decision. It wasn't until later that the Nevada Supreme Court reaffirmed its decision to overturn his conviction, leading to the ultimate vacating and discharge of his Las Vegas conviction. Ike Ibeabuchi was released from the Nevada prison system in early 2014, only to be immediately transferred to the custody of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and detained in Arizona. After enduring an additional 1.5 years of detention, Ibeabuchi finally gained his freedom. Tragically, his mother, who had tirelessly advocated for his release, passed away the year before he was set free. Upon release, Ike, then 42 years old, faced the challenge of lifetime parole. Despite this, he began planning a comeback to the boxing ring. However, promoters were hesitant to engage with him due to his past. Just 5 months after his release, in April 2016, Ibeabuchi's aspirations were once again derailed when he was rearrested for violating his parole conditions. This violation led to his incarceration in an Arizona prison. He served his sentence and was released on September 23, 2020, where he remains free to this day. Despite the tumultuous journey and prolonged periods of incarceration, Ibeabuchi still harbors ambitions to return to boxing. Ike Ibeabuchi's tale is a stark reminder of how closely glory and adversity can walk hand in hand, and how the brightest stars can sometimes leave us wondering, what if? As we reflect on the highs and lows of Ibeabuchi's career, I invite you to share your thoughts. What do you believe could have been the pinnacle of his boxing achievements had circumstances been different? Do you think he could have dominated the heavyweight division? Was Ike Ibeabuchi really the next Mike Tyson? Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. And if you found this story as intriguing as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content exploring the fascinating world of sports and the stories of those who shape it. Until next time, keep pondering the incredible tales of triumph and tribulation that sports bring us. Take care of yourselves.